I stand here, at the precipice of my own sanity, trembling, haunted by the spectre of that night, that wretched night that unfolded at the far end of Endhill Lane. The house, oh, that accursed house! It looms in my mind like a malevolent shadow, a gaping maw of darkness waiting to swallow the unwary whole. I can almost hear the whispers of the townsfolk, their hushed tones dripping with fear, their eyes darting away, as if the very mention of it might summon something unspeakable. "Stay away," they say. "It's not safe." But what do they know? What do they know of courage, of defiance? I was a fool, a reckless fool, convinced that the tales of ghosts and ghouls were mere fabrications, the stuff of campfire stories meant to scare children into behaving. Oh, how I wish I could take back that laugh, that scoffing chuckle that echoed in the faces of my so-called friends. "You think I can't last a night?" I said, my bravado a flimsy shield against the encroaching dread. I was armed with nothing but a flashlight, a phone, and a handful of snacks, as if those trivialities could protect me from the abyss that awaited. The night was warm, yet a chill crawled up my spine, an omen I chose to ignore as I made my way down that cursed lane, the moon a cruel witness to my folly. And then there it was, the house. It stood, a grotesque monument to despair, a testament to all that is lost and forgotten. The windows, shrouded in grime, were like the eyes of a long-dead beast, watching, waiting. I pushed the door open, and the creak echoed like a death knell, a harbinger of the horrors that lay within. The stench of decay wrapped around me, thick and suffocating, and yet I pressed on, driven by a foolish sense of invincibility. Every room I entered felt wrong, a twisted reflection of a life that once thrived, now suffocated beneath layers of dust and despair. The living room, oh, that living room, how it froze my very soul. A cracked mirror hung on the wall, a portal to something dark and unfathomable. I gazed into it, and there it was, a figure behind me, pale and hollow, its mouth a gaping void, a silent scream that echoed in the recesses of my mind. I spun around, my heart racing, only to find the room empty, the air thick with an unspeakable tension. But the reflection, it was me, yet not me, a grotesque parody of my own visage, twisted and decayed, mocking my very existence. I laughed, a hollow sound that barely masked my terror, and snapped a photo, convinced it was all a trick of the light. But the images that appeared on my screen were a descent into madness. My face transformed, darkened, twisted into a smile that was not mine, a smile that spoke of something sinister lurking just beneath the surface, waiting to consume me whole. And then the house revealed its true nature, a guttural sound, a voice from the depths of despair, echoed through the hall, pulling me deeper into its embrace. I was no longer in control. The shadows danced around me, whispering my name in tones that felt like a funeral dirge. I heard footsteps, slow and deliberate, creeping closer, and dread gripped my heart with icy fingers. At the top of the stairs it stood, a figure cloaked in shadow, its grin a wicked crescent, teeth like daggers glinting in the dim light. I stumbled back, terror flooding my veins, yet it did not move. It simply watched, a predator reveling in the hunt, and I was the prey. I turned and ran, adrenaline coursing through me, but the house was a labyrinth, a cruel maze designed to ensnare the unwary. As I fled, something cold brushed against my arm, a hand, bony and frigid, reaching out from the walls, pulling me back into the darkness. The shadows closed in, wrapping around me like a shroud, their whispers growing louder, more insistent, as if they were beckoning me to join them in eternal silence. I burst through the front door, the night air hitting me like a slap, and I ran until my lungs burned and my heart threatened to burst. But it didn't end there. No, the house had marked me, branded me with its cursed touch. The photos on my phone, gone, erased as if they had never existed. But the reflection, oh, the reflection remains. A twisted echo of my former self, a reminder that I am not whole, that a piece of me is forever lost in that accursed place. And now, here I am, a ghost of the man I once was, drifting through life with a quiet dread that gnaws at my soul. I am quieter, more distant, as if I walk among the living, while a part of me lingers in that house, forever trapped. Sometimes when the night is still and the moon hangs low, I swear I can hear it calling. That house on Endhill Lane, whispering my name, daring me to return, to surrender what remains of my sanity. But I will not go back. I will not. Yet deep down I know the truth. The house is patient, insidious, waiting for the moment I falter, waiting to pull me back into its embrace. And if you listen closely, on a quiet October night, you might just hear it too, calling for you, daring you to step inside and leave a piece of yourself behind.